Good morning ma, welcome to all for online education. Commerce theory part for the second year's English medium. The chapter that we are dealing with, that is the 7th chapter, internal trade, and this is the first session of our chapter. So what is meant by internal trade? Means the trade which is done within the country, within the boundaries of the country, then such trade is known as internal trade. So see the meaning of the internal trade here. Trade refers to buying and selling of goods and services for money or money's worth. It involves exchange or transfer of goods and services. So what is generally trade means? Trade means exchange of goods and services for money or for money's worth. Means for the value of the money, for the value. Not in the form of money, but in the money's worth, means in the form of any other asset or any other form like gold, silver, platinum. In this way, the goods and services are exchanged from one place to another place. That is known as trade. Now, the types of trade are generally classified into trade, home trade and foreign trade. Home trade and foreign trade. Home trade is nothing but internal trade, domestic trade, okay. Foreign trade means external trade, international trade. It is also known as. Home trade is classified into wholesale trade, retail trade. Whereas foreign trade is classified into import, export, entry port, okay. So, internal trade. It is also known as home trade, domestic trade, which is conducted within the political and geographical boundaries of a particular country. Means within the boundaries of the country, this trade will be conducted. Within the boundaries, okay? Within the boundaries of the country, okay? Within the boundaries of the country, the trade is conducted. Such a trade is known as internal trade. So, this internal trade is classified into wholesale trade and retail trade. Let us see what is wholesale trade first. It involves the purchasing goods in large quantities from the producer or manufacturer and selling in small lots to the retailers. What the wholesaler will do? He will purchase the goods in large quantities from the producers or from the manufacturers, okay. He will purchase in large quantities from the producer or from the manufacturer of those goods, and he will sell those goods which he purchased in large quantity. He will sell those goods in small quantity to the retailers, okay. He will purchase goods in large quantity from the wholesale, from the manufacturer or producer of that particular good, and he will resell it to the retailer at a small quantities. So, services of the wholesaler. What are the services providing by the wholesaler to the manufacturer and to the retailer? What type of services he is providing? Let us focus. Services to manufacturer, services to retailer. So, here first, enabling large scale production. So, the wholesaler will encourage the manufacturer to produce in large quantities, because whatever the goods are producing by the manufacturer, those goods are purchasing by the wholesaler in the large quantities, right? So, he encouraging them. Advance regarding the market conditions. So, according to the market conditions or according to the market demand, he giving the advice, okay? He giving the advice to the manufacturer. Facilitating continuous production. So, when these wholesalers are purchasing in bulk, bulk means huge, when they are purchasing in the huge quantities from the, when they are purchasing in huge quantities from the manufacturer, they are encouraging the manufacturers to produce more and more and more and more, okay. Reducing the burden of storing the goods. So, now there is no need for the manufacturers to store the goods, okay, in the godowns or in the warehouses, okay. Transfer risk and remove barriers. So, the wholesaler will reduce the risk. What kind of risk, madam? term means he reduces the risk of not purchasing that particular product, because the wholesaler will give the advice regarding the market condition to the manufacturer. Based on that advice, the manufacturer will manufacture that product. Yes, and he remove the place barrier also. So we know that manufacturing takes place in one place, but the customers or the consumers are spread all over the world. So he will distribute that goods from one place to another place by transporting. Services to the retailers. So what kind of services providing by the wholesaler to the retailers? Let us see. Making goods available on time. So whatever the goods that are required by the retailer, that goods are making available to them by the wholesalers. Lending market support, and they are giving market support to the retailers. Extending credit facility. So wholesalers sometimes give the goods to the retailer on the credit basis also. Okay, if the retailer does not have the sufficient money at the time, the retailer can take from the wholesaler on the credit basis. Sharing specialized knowledge. Okay, the wholesaler will share the specialized knowledge regarding the product or regarding the service, so that the retailer also can get the awareness regarding that. Risk bearing and sharing. So here again the retailer, whatever the risk is there, that risk is taken by the wholesaler, and also he will share that risk. Okay, and also he will share that risk. Next, retail trade. What is retail trade? Selling goods in very small quantities to the customers for their personal consumption or use. Okay, use. So what is retail trade? Retail trade means the retailer is going to sell the goods to the customer who are in need of those goods. Okay, the customer who are in need of those goods, for them they are going to provide these types of goods, so that the customer can satisfy his unlimited want. Services of the retailers. Now see the services of the retailers to manufacturer and wholesaler, and also to the customer and consumer. What is the difference between the customer and consumer? I have explained you in the previous classes. Okay, the person who purchased the good in a shop, he is a customer, and the purchased person can't be a consumer. 100% మనం చెప్పలేం కొన్న వ్యక్తి కన్స్యూమర్ అవుతాడని చెప్పలేం, but who use it, he will be the consumer. Okay, who purchase it, he will be the customer, and who use it, he will be the consumer. So preparing ready market for the goods. So retailer is making a ready market for the goods. Whatever the goods he is taking from the manufacturer, wholesaler, for that products, he will creating a ready market. The market is ready, no need to worry. Providing useful information to the market researchers and producers, and also they are providing useful information to the market researchers and producers. What they are doing? Providing the market information. Okay, what the customer is demanding, what the customer is expecting from us. So that type of information they are giving to the researchers and to the producers. Okay, risk bearing and sharing. So retailer is taking the risk of wholesaler and also the risk of the manufacturer, and he will share. Distribution of goods to different market segments. Okay, different market segment means different classes, for middle class, for lower class, for rich people. Okay, different markets, local markets, okay, national markets. These way they are distributing the goods also. Okay, services to customers and consumers. Quick and timely supply of goods. The retailers are supplying the goods to the customers on correct time, quick and correct time they are supplying the goods. Making wide variety of goods available. Wide variety means different types of variety of goods are available to the customer. Okay, different variety of goods are making available to the customer by the retailer. After sale service, home delivery. Okay, So retailers are providing after sales also, they are providing the services and also the home delivery they are giving to the certain products. Convenient location. So retailers are convenient to us, we can contract them anytime. Okay. Extending credit facility. Sometimes they give the credit facility to the customers who don't have sufficient money at that particular time. Later they will collect that amount from the customers. So these are the services of the retailers, right? So we have seen the services of the wholesaler and the services of the retailer, right? Yes. So futures of international trade. Internal trade. Let us see the futures of internal trade. What are the futures are they? The selling and buying of goods within the country. So the selling and buying of goods which is happened within the country, means within the boundaries of the country. The payment made in domestic currency. So the payment, whatever the payments are there, those payments are made in the domestic currency, means in that particular country currency. What is the currency of our country? Rupee. Yes. Only few formalities are required to be completed by the trader. So only few formalities that the trader should have to fulfill in order to do the national trade within the nation. The goods are manufactured according to the requirements of domestic consumer. So whatever the goods those are manufactured, those goods are manufactured according to the needs of the consumer. What the consumer is expecting, what he is expecting, and what is for what type of goods there is a demand, those type of goods are only manufacturing. The influence of political, only domestic transportation system is used. Only domestic transportation, means railways, roadways, waterways, these are used in order to transport the goods. They are not using international airports and international seaports, railways they are not using. The influence of political, legal, social, cultural, economic environment of the country is less when compared with the foreign trade. So the political environment of the political parties, the economical environment and also the cultural social involvement is very less compared with the foreign trade. Okay, when in the foreign trade there will be different culture, different politics, different social, different types of economical conditions. So there will be so much difference, and that difference will have the direct impact on the customer and also on the trade. So but here in the internal trade there is no such much amount of influence on the trade. Next, external trade. When we are doing the trade outside the country, it is also known as foreign trade or international trade. Refers to buying and selling between traders of two or more countries. So when the trade is done between two or more countries, or the buying and selling of goods and services is done between two or more countries, then that type of trade is known as external trade. So external trade is classified into three categories here: export trade, import trade, entry port trade. Let me explain you with very easy examples. So for example, exporting trade means in India there is one company. That company name is A company, A, alphabet A company, and in America there is B company. When India sending rice, okay, this A company is sending rice, they are trading rice, they are sending rice bags, or they are selling rice bags to B company in America, then it is known as export. Means India is giving to America, that is export. If import means if American company giving to India, any particular type of good, for example we take gold, okay, gold. For example, America is giving gold to India and India is getting gold from the American company, that is B company, then it is known as import. India is importing. Okay. Entry port trade means, listen carefully, this is quite different. So a company in India will take it will take the gold from B company in America. అమెరికాలో ఉన్న బి కంపెనీ నుంచి ఇండియా ఏం చేస్తుంది, ఇండియాలో ఉన్న ఏ కంపెనీ గోల్డ్ కొనుక్కుంటుంది. ఓకే, గోల్డ్ కొనుక్కుంటుంది. కొనుక్కున్నాక అదే గోల్డ్ని, ఓకే, హియర్ ఇట్ ఈస్ import. India is importing the gold from America. After importing, immediately it is sending to England. That gold is immediately sending to England C company. Means India is exporting to the England. That gold is exporting by India to England. Actually, the gold is purchased from America. The India has imported gold from America. After importing the gold, India immediately sending that gold to the exporting that gold to the England. That type of trade are known as entry-port trade. Means it is a combination of these two, export and import. Okay, this is entry-port trade. So this is about the type trade and its classification. Let us meet in other session with other topic. Good morning ma, welcome to Alpha Online Education. Commerce theory part for the second years English medium. The chapter that we are dealing with, that is the 7th chapter, internal trade, and this is the second session of the chapter. So here see the types of retail trade. The types of retail trade. In that first one we have here itinerant retailers. So itinerant retailers means itinerant retailers are those retailers who do not have a fixed place for sale of goods. So these retailers will not have a fixed place to sell their goods. Means they move from place to place and they will sell their goods and they provide their services. So those type of retailers are known as itinerant retailers. In that classification is there. In that first one, hawkers and peddlers. Okay, hawkers and peddlers. They sell low cost products such as vegetables, soft toys, flowers, etc. So these hawkers will sell low cost products such as vegetables, soft toys, okay, flowers, fruits. These things are sold by them. They usually sell unbranded products. They will sell unbranded products. Means that products will not have any kind of brand. Okay, like flowers, fruits, vegetables, okay, soft toys, curd. These all things are sold by these hawkers and peddlers. These goods are made available at the doorsteps of the customer. So where they will sell their goods means they will sell these goods to the customer at their doorsteps. Okay, they will sell these types of goods to the customer at their doorstep. Means near at their house. They will sell their these types of goods at the customer's house. Next one, periodic itinerants. So periodic itinerants, they usually sell their products in different markets on weekly basis. Okay, they sell the products in different markets. Okay, in a weekly basis. Okay, on weekly basis. On Thursday in Nalgonda we have Santa. Okay, Raitu bazaars, like that. They deal with low priced products such as vegetables, toys, bangles, etc. Okay, they will deal with low price products. Means these type of products like vegetables, fruits, toys, bangles. Okay, they will sell these kind of things. They sell products on occasions also. So they will sell the products on the occasions, like on Deepavali they will sell some of the crackers and also lightings and also some type of different types of decorative things. Those things they will sell on the Deepavali, and also on the Sankranti they will sell kites and also the colors they will sell on the Sankranti, and during the Holi they will sell the colors. Okay, and during Ugadi they will sell neem neem tree flowers and also mangoes, like that, raw mango, those things they will sell. Means on particular occasion they will sell certain things. Okay, those type of sellers are known as periodic itinerants. Next, street sales, street stalls. So they usually operate their business near the public places such as railway stations, street corners and so on. Street stall. So street stall means they will sell the products, they will sell the goods at the railway stations, bus stands, at the near the street corners and during some of the tourist spots. Okay, outside of the museums and outside of some of the tourist places, they will send certain types of goods. What type of goods? Means posters, raincoats and certain books, okay, and special type of watches, okay, specs, okay, these type of things they will sell at some of the places. Okay, cheap jacks, they carry out their trade in small rented shops. So they will take one shop on the rent basis, small shop on the rent basis, they will sell that products. Okay, the moment it is felt that the trade is not growing on well at a particular place, they shift to another place. If they feel that the product, that their sales are not going on in this place, then they will move to another shop, another place, they will start the another shop and they will transfer those goods from that place to a new place. In this way, the cheap jackers will move from one place to another place. Fixed shop retailers. Now, second thing is now fixed shop retailers. See, fixed shop retailers means they have a fixed place for sale. They will have a fixed place for sale of goods. So we have here again two classifications: small scale fixed retail shops and large scale fixed retail shops. So first we will see about the small scale fixed retail shops. What are they? Operate on a small scale with a small investment. Okay, they are operated on a small scale with a small investment, right? Next, general stores. In that classification, first one is general stores, just like bookstalls, those are fall under this category. They deal in large variety of consumer goods. They sell goods for cash and also on the credit basis. They provide home delivery service to the customer. So they will sell different types of products at the one place only. Like a bookstall, if we take, we have books, pens, markers, sketches, pencils, erasers, sharpeners, scales, yes, magazines, everything will be there on the bookstalls, right? And also they will sell for cash and also they provide credit for certain type of customers. They provide home delivery also to the customers. Next, single line stores. Let us see. Just like vegetables, bakery products, etc. Means these type of stores will sell only a single type of things. See here, they deal in one particular line. Means if they are selling vegetables, they will sell all kinds of vegetables: tomatoes, potatoes, brinjal, lady's finger, okay, bitter gourd, snake gourd, everything they will sell. One can find variety of goods in particular line. So in that particular place you will find variety of goods, that is single line store. Next one, speciality store. So they are specialized in selling one type of product only. So they will sell here only one product, but that product of different brands. ఒకటే ప్రోడక్ట్ కానీ ఆ ప్రోడక్ట్కి సంబంధించిన బ్రాండ్స్ అన్నీ ఉంటాయి. For example, you take that Patanjali. So that is only one, that is fall under these type of things. Single line store. Patanjali products fall under this category. Specialized stores means they maintain all brands of the particular product. For example, if we take biscuits. So in one shop we will find different brands of biscuits like Good Day, Britannia, Crack Jack, and what types of biscuits are they? So many types of biscuits are there. Yes, Oreo, what are different types of biscuits companies and different types of brands are there, right? So these type of things are there in specialized stores. These shops are established in a limited space. So street shops means on the streets there will be small shops like pawn shops, okay? So those type of shops are occupying very small amount of space. They display their goods on specially designed stand or tables. So when we see during the Sankranti time, the small types of stores are we find on the roads. They will keep different types of kites, small size kites, somewhat medium size kites and big size of kites. Kites with different categories like plastic kites and also paper kites, and some kites will have different types of symbols, some types of things, different things they will use, and also the threads, different types of threads they will sell. So they will show everything by keeping certain stands or tables. They will show those things so that the customer can attract and purchase those kind of things. Second hand goods shop. These retail deal in used or second hand goods. The goods are at a low price. So second hand goods, just like in Hyderabad in Koti you can find the second hand books, okay, means the price of the books is very less. If the price of the book in reality 1000 rupees in the Koti, if you purchase the books, it will be at very less cost. Second hand books or shops are available there. So 1000 rupees book you can purchase for 300 only. So this type of facility is provided by second hand goods shop. Next, seconds shop. Second shop is different. Second hand goods shop is different here. Seconds shop means these shop deal in defective goods, okay, defective goods. During the manufacturing time, if there is certain defects in the goods, those types of goods are sold at a discount rate to the customer. At a low price they will sell those type of goods. So those kinds of goods are known as, those shops, those types of retailers are known as second shop retailers, okay. Up to here we completed the small scale fixed retail shops. Now we are going to study about the large scale fixed retail shops. So operate on a large scale and heavy investment. They have heavy investment and they are operated on a large scale. So here first we have consumer cooperative store. Consumer cooperative store. So what it deals with, let us see what it deals with. It is defined as a voluntary association of persons. So it is a voluntary association, means it is an association that is started for the society, for the persons, based on cooperative principles. What are the cooperative principles are there? Only for service they will establish, not for the profit, right? Okay, for buying in common and selling in common. They will buy in common and they will sell in common. They don't gain any kind of profit. Actually, cooperative societies are started with an aim to provide service to the customer rather than making their profits. So advantages, let us see. The capital required is relatively less. So in order to start these cooperative stores, the capital required is very less amount is needed. The goods at reasonable price. The goods available at a reasonable price. They don't charge high rates, okay. Operating costs are less. So these type of business operating cost is very less. Middlemen are eliminated, okay. Middlemen are not, brokers and middlemen are not present here. These are economics of large scale distribution. So these cooperative societies are distributing the goods on a large scale to the public, okay. Cooperative societies enjoy certain benefits and incentives from the government. Incentives means income. They will get certain types of benefits and income from the government, because the government provide the subsidy now for the poor people. So in that way these cooperative societies are gaining that type of benefits. Disadvantages. Capital is limited. The capital what they will invest, that is very limited. They lack efficient management selling. They don't sell with a particular profit motive, okay. So there is no particular management of the selling. They will sell will buy, they will sell, that's it, but there is no profit at all in that selling. And there is a lack of shortage facility. So there is a problem of storage facility also. So where there is no proper storage warehouses or godowns for the storage, there is no proper facilities. So these are the problems that is faced by the consumer cooperative societies. So these are the advantages and disadvantages of consumer cooperative societies. Remaining three things are there. Three types of large scale fixed retail shops are there that we will discuss in our next session. Good morning ma, welcome to Alpha Online Education Commerce Theory part for the second year's English medium. The chapter that we are dealing with, that is the internal trade. So in the previous class, in the previous session we have discussed about the fixed retail market peers. So now we are going to discuss about the topics which are remain in the departmental stores. So departmental stores means generally bookstores, those are called as departmental stores, where we can get more than 2 or 3 items. Those type of stores are known as departmental stores. So here we have advantages. It is established in a certain location. So departmental stores are generally established in a particular location, means they are not moving from one place to another place, they are fixed for a particular place. It sells different types of products under a single roof in a specialized manner. Yes, it will sell different types of products under a single roof. So if you go to the bookstall, you will observe different types of books will be there, different academic books will be there from LKG to PG books and some engineering books, okay. So there will be different types of books will be available, pens available, pencils, so many things are available, and these all things are available under the one single roof, okay. Under a single roof, yes, it is convenient for the buyer. So it is convenient for the buyer as he will reach to the particular departmental store. He can purchase all the things at a time. No need to move for different stores in order to purchase each and everything. So he can purchase all the things on in one particular store itself. It facilitated economics of large scale distribution. So these type of departmental stores will provide large scale of distribution, okay, because the goods are very different types of goods or they are selling, so different number of customers will come and they will purchase different types of products. It helps in eliminating middlemen. So here no middlemen are involved, directly to the shop the customer will come and he will take those goods and he will vend. So in between these two, the customer and the buyer and the seller, there is no need of any kind of middlemen. Disadvantages: the operating cost of departmental stores are high. Okay, the operating cost, when you want to start an operating store, departmental store, the cost of the store, operating cost will be very high, means the starting cost. The size of the store is large and it may be difficult for the departments to draw personal attention. So the size of the store is very big, very large. So that's why they can't able to maintain personal relations with the customers. They can't able to pay attention to the customer needs. Okay, they will bring certain products and they will sell it, but they never pay attention to the customer needs. Yes. It required huge capital. The prices are usually high. So it required huge capital to start and the prices are also usually very high in the departmental stores. Multiple stores. Next one is multiple stores. Multiple stores means these types of stores are generally started in more than one place. So those types of stores are known as multiple stores, okay. So let us see the advantages of the multiple stores. There are in the reach of one and all. So there will multiple means there will operate in more than 2 or 3 places in one locality. So that it is easy to the buyers to and also it is easy and convenient to the buyers to reach the multiple stores. They sell standardized products. So these multiple stores will sell the standardized products, means branded products. Customers repose lot of confidence in these establishments, or these identical establishments are seen everywhere. So their related branches, that store related branches will be everywhere, so that the customers will have so much confidence, so much amount of so much amount of identification for that stores. By that, whatever the goods are selling by such kind of multiple stores are very specialized and also very expensive type of goods. So they help in eliminating the middlemen, they help in division of work and specialization. So they are dividing the work. Where we see in the departmental store, the work is not divided, even though it is a large scale operation it is conducting, but even though it is not divided the work, but in the multiple stores it dividing the total work into different stores. Okay, number of stores will be there. In number of stores there will be different types of services will be provided to the customers. So let us see the disadvantages here. The operating costs are high, they sell limited variety of products. So the operating cost is generally very high and they will sell very limited variety of products. They are not going to sell different varieties of products, but they will sell variety of products in limited, unlimited not. They lack storage facility, so they don't have the proper storage facility. They required huge capital, so they required huge capital in order to start. Next, mail order retail trade. This is just like online shopping. Okay, e-commerce or e-business, what we said, like that type of retail trade. This is advantages. See, the capital required is relatively less. There is convenient both in buying and selling. So the capital which is required, that is very less. It is convenient for both buying and selling the goods. The buyer can offer the good anytime in 24/7. Yes, the seller can also provide the service at any time. Reasonable prices of the goods, middlemen are eliminated. So the prices of the goods are also reasonable and the middlemen are also eliminated in this case. Disadvantages. It is very difficult to convince the buyer, as the buyer will be able to check the goods only after buying the goods. So it is very difficult for the seller in order to convince the buyer to buy the good, because generally the buyer will buy the good only after seeing that good with his eyes, and also by touching the good only after getting certain amount of satisfaction he will purchase the good. But here in the mail order system there is no such chance to touch the good. Yes, so it will become very difficult for the seller to make convince the buyer to buy that particular good. They lack efficient management. There is no efficient management. The correct management is not present here. The lack storage facility. So storage facility is also not proper in the mail order retail trade. E-tailing, which is a form of e-commerce, overtook mail order retail business. So after getting the order, they immediately provided the services. So this is just like e-commerce, which you have studied in your last year economics. You have studied about the e-commerce, right? So in the same way, this is also similar to that. So it is very difficult to convince the buyer in case of the mail order retail trade. So this is about the retail trade which are fixed. Now let us see special economic zones. This concept is introduced with a view to attract foreign investment and adopt latest technology. So special economic zone concept is introduced with two intentions. One intention in order to get the foreign investment to India, and another thing to get the latest technology to the India. Okay. So special economic zone in India are popular investment destination for many multinational firms, popularly exporters. So it has become, these special economic zones have become a very important source for the multinational firms, means multinational companies. It has become a good platform for the multinational companies in order to export from these special economic zones. Why? Because in these special economic zones, the government is providing certain type of facilities, so that the foreign companies can come to India to provide foreign investment. Along with that, they can bring the latest technology to the India. So India's special economic zones have become an important source and manufacturing destination for foreign investors also. So India's special economic zones has now become as a important source for both manufacturing and foreign investors for manufacturing goods and also important source in order to get some type of benefits by doing business in those special economical zones. So foreign investors are very paying attention towards the India's special economical zones, because they will get certain type of benefits by doing business in those zones which is absent in other countries. So special economic zones implies the following zones. So these are the special zones where these foreign investors are trying to start their business in order to get these types of special facilities. Free trade zones. So in certain areas there is a free trade. Export processing zones means where you can do export. So those zones are known as export processing zones. Free zones means whatever you will do, whatever electricity, water, whatever you will use, that is completely free. The government will bear it. Industrial parks. So in certain areas, in certain zones, there are industrial parks that provide a special type of relief to these investors. Free ports. So seaports are free. Urban enterprise zones. So urban areas. So in these are the zones where these foreign investors trying to invest because of getting some additional type of benefit from the Indian government. The core objective of special economic zone is balanced and backward area development. So in India, some of the places are very backward and underdeveloped. In order to develop those places, the government of India has introduced this scheme, that is special economic zone. Through such scheme, the government tried to attract investors and industrialists to establish their units in underdeveloped or backward areas. Through these, what they are doing, they are attracting the investors. Okay, they are attracting the investors and industrialists to start their business in these backward areas or in the backward regional areas, so that they can bring the balance in the regional development. So this is the main intention of starting the special economical zone by the government of India, in order to bring the balance between the backward areas and developed areas. To bring a certain amount of balance, they have introduced this type of system. So let us see in detail about the special economic zones in the next session. Good afternoon, ma. Welcome to Alpha Online Education. Commerce theory part for the second year's English medium. The chapter that we are dealing with, that is the 7th chapter, Internal Trade. This is the 4th session of this chapter. So in this session, we are going to study about the objectives of special economical zones. So generally, we know that the special economic zones are started by the government of the India, and it is promoted by the government of India for the development of the backward areas, and also for the development of the backward regions. So let us see what are the objectives of starting these special economical zones. So generalization of additional economic activities. So generalization, in order to generate the economical activities means connected with the money. Okay, so in order to generate the economical activities, the special economical zones are very important, as they are attracting the investors and they are bringing the foreign capital for the country. Promotion of export of goods and services. It will promote the export of the goods. When our country is exporting the goods to other country, it is a development stage. When we are importing more of the goods from the other country, then it is a very dangerous state for the country. Okay, dangerous state for the country, because when we are exporting means, it means that when we have the plenty of the goods, then only we will export. Unless we don't have the thing, we won't export. Yes, so when we are exporting the goods and services means, it is a positive sense. Next, promotion of investment from domestic and foreign sources. So by these they are getting the country getting the foreign investment and also domestic investments. Means within the country some of the MNCs are focusing on these special economical zones and they try to establish their companies there and they want to provide employment opportunities for the unemployed youth. Next, creation of employment opportunities. Yes, in the previous I told you that they are creating employment opportunities for the youth who are eligible and who have such a skills and talent to do particular jobs. Development of infrastructure facilities. Infrastructure facilities like roads, electricities, water facilities. Okay, so these type of facilities are also providing in the special economical zone so that the investors, maybe there may be foreign investors or domestic investors, they can raise the capital with the help of these development of infrastructure. Okay, next, the extreme policy 2000. Okay, what are the things are then in exim policy? Let us see. These units, special economic zone units would be available to import capital goods and raw materials duly free. So we can import, the special economical zones can import the special capital goods and also raw material. Capital goods means what? Capital goods means capital or plant and machinery. These are capital goods. Okay, so they can import those things or raw materials can be imported from the other countries by these special economical zone units. For them the duty is completely free. Okay, the duty is completely free. Special economical zone units should be deemed to foreign territories for the purpose of trade operations and tariffs. Tariffs means a type of taxes. So there are completely, okay, special economical zone units deemed means they are provided less amount of taxes so that the foreign territories can also participate in these special economical zones with their huge investment. Next, benefits of special economical zones. See, benefits means we already discussed these things in the previous sessions also. Employment generation. When the special economical zones are increased, they provide the employment for the youth who are eligible for that. Yes. Economical development. When the foreign investment came to our country, then our economy will automatically develop. Growth of labor intensive manufacturing industries. So the industries which are started, those may be manufacturing industries and that may be provided the labor incentives, means it provide good job vacancies or jobs for the laborers so that they can earn wages. Next, balanced regional development. So underdeveloped area, both can become the developed area. There will be balance in the development of the country. Capacity building. So special economic zones will play very important role in capacity building. The country capacity will be developed with the help of these special economical zones. Export performance. So they will promote the export from our country. Okay, special economical zones promote the export from other country. When we are exporting to other country, it means that we have plenty of those resources. When we have the plenty of those resources, then only we will export those goods to the other countries. So when we are exporting the goods to other countries, this from the place of these special economical zones, there will be completely no barriers or no tariff or anything on the goods which are exported. Okay, so these are the benefits of special economical zones. Let us see the special economical zones in Telangana state. In Telangana state, there are 29 special economical zones in operating in the following fields. So there are completely 29 special economical zones in Telangana. So they are operating in the following fields. First one is biotechnology. Next one, information technology, means IT sector. Information technology enabled services, ITES. Jewelry, pharmaceutical formulation, Air Force, aerospace and precision engineering, electronic hardware and software. In these fields, in these type of operations, in these industries are specially set up in special economical zones. The notified special economic zones in Telangana state are located in the districts of Rangareddy, Mahbubnagar, Medak, Warangal. So in these districts there will be special economical zones because these districts are somewhat backward districts now they are becoming developed districts. Yes, so the government of Telangana focus more on these districts, Rangareddy, Mahbubnagar, Medak and Warangal districts. Total area of special economical zones is 1090.6 acres. So the total area of the special economical zones, that will be 1090.6 acres of the land that is completely covered by special economical zones in Telangana. Most of the special economical zones in Telangana are under most of the special economical zones of the Telangana are under the Telangana State Industrial Infrastructure Corporation Limited. So they are under the control of what? They are control of these TSIIC. What it means? Telangana State Industrial Infrastructure Corporation Limited. So majority are under their control. So here the problems of special economical zones. When we establish certain things, the problems is also arises. That is a common thing of arising of problems. So let us see what types of problems will arises with the special economical zones. The time lapse in getting approval from state government agencies. So it will take more time. Okay, it will take more time for the industrial units to get the permission from the government to start their business in those type of special economical zones. Adverse business climate due to the global recession. So due to the global warming, the climatic conditions in India is not completely favorable for the industries or for manufacturing concerns. So the climatic condition is completely recession. We can't consider today there will be no rain, suddenly there is heavy rainfall. So these type of climatic conditions are there due to global warming. Next, changes in facial incentives. So when the government policies are changes, when the government brings certain type of changes or new type of policies are implemented, then there will be directly effect on these type of special zones. Next, incentives means motivate. How the government will motivate to set up the special economical zones. Let us see. Duty-free import and domestic procurement of goods for the development, operation and maintenance of the company. So there is a completely duty free for the import. Whatever you want to import from the foreign countries, you can import, and you can import capital goods as well as the raw materials also you can import from the following foreign countries. There will be no kind of any duties on the imported things. Okay, by that the special economical zones can be developed and their operations can be more active, and the companies more and more trying to start the businesses in these type of zones. 100% IT exemption on export income for the first 5 years. IT means income tax. So 100% there will be income tax exemption for the imported income. If exported income, if India is exporting certain goods to other country, from that country whatever the income that generating by the India, on that income there will be 100% no tax at all up to first 5 years. 50% for the next 5 years. Okay, first 5 years there is 100% no tax. In the next 5 years it will be 50% tax, and 50% of export profit reinvested for the next 5 years. Okay, first 5 years there is no tax at all. In the next 5 years there will be 50% tax, and also the next 5 years they should have to reinvest whatever the export profit they are generating. That export profit they have to reinvest ante malli tirigi dantlone invest cheyadam. Okay, exemption of GST. There is no GST for these type of zone, the industries which are started in these type of zones. single window clearance for all the state government approvals. So in order to get the approval from the state government, there will be only one single window, means there is only one particular department, from that you have to get the permission. If you get permission from there, you can start the industries or companies in the special economical zones. So generally these zones in Telangana, in Rangareddy, Mahabubnagar, Medak and Warangal, in these 4 places there will be the special economical zones. So this is about the special economical zones, which is very most important question in the exam point of view. Okay, so right, let us meet in the other session with the other topic. Good morning ma, welcome to Alpha Online Education. Commerce theory part for the second year's English medium. The chapter that we are dealing with, that is the 7th chapter, internal trade, and this is the 5th session of our chapter. So here we are going to discuss about the distribution chain, which is the most important question in asked in your examination. So here see the distribution chain. Distribution chain is a chain of businesses or intermediaries through which a good or service passes until it reaches the final buyer or the end customer, end consumer. So distribution chain means the type of a change. Okay, it is a type of a chain which will bring all the businesses or the intermediaries together, and it will help. These all are coming together, or they are forming as a chain in order to provide the service to the customer. Okay, in order to provide that particular product or particular service to the customer. For that intention, these businesses or intermediaries, they are coming together to provide the services to the or products to the ultimate customer. So the business chain are broadly classified into 3 categories. The first chain, in which we have 4 channels. Okay, the first channel. Okay, here in the first channel is the longest one. Okay, because it includes all four members who are necessary for the distribution. Those all 4 members are involved in the first channel. Who are those? Producer, wholesaler, retailer and consumer. One is producer, wholesaler, retailer and consumer. These all members are involved here. The wine and adult beverage industry is a perfect example of these long distribution channel. So channel means it is a type of distribution. Channel also a type of distribution. In posh English or in the commerce theory, we say it distribution as a channel. So generally these type of first channel is possible for home, for the wine and adult beverage. Okay, for those who are preparing the wine, for those type of factories or industries, for them this is the best suitable channel. Okay, so here we have the producer, wholesaler, retailer and finally the customer or the consumer. Okay, so this is the first channel, which is very largest channel. All the members are involved with it. So the next channel is the second chain, cuts out the wholesaler. So in the second chain there will be no wholesaler, only the retailer will be there. Okay, in the first chain there is a producer, wholesaler, retailer and consumer. But in the second chain there is no wholesaler. It will cut the wholesaler and the retailer will remain as usual. So where the producer sell directly to the retailer, who sell the product to the end consumer. These means the second chain contain only one intermediary. Intermediary means middleman. Only one middleman is involved in the second chain. The producer will produce the product or service and he will give to the retailer, and the retailer will distribute it to the final consumer. This is about the second chain, okay, or second channel. Here example, fans, radios, ready-made garments. So ready-made garments, these are prepared by the producer and those are given to the retailers, and these retailers will send to the final consumer. Next, the third and the final change is directed to the consumer model, where the producer sell its products directly to the end consumer. So this is the third and the final chain. Okay, final chain. Here directly the producer will give the product to the consumer. No middlemen are involved. Neither a wholesaler is involving here nor retailer is involved here. Okay, it will be reached directly to the end consumer. Amazon, which use its own platform to sell kindness to its customer. So in the Amazon there will be the products which will be sold to the direct final consumer. There will be no any kind of intermediaries. So this is the types of distribution chains or distribution channels. Okay, how many channels we have? 3 channels. The first channel in which producer, wholesaler, retailer and the consumer is involved, and in the second channel we have 3 members: producer, retailer and consumer. In the third channel, final channel, we have 2 members: producer and consumer. So this is about the types of distribution channels. Now let us focus on the other topic, how to choose the channel. Okay, right. How to choose the distribution channel rightly by the companies or industries or the businesses. Let us see. The channel should align with the firm's overall mission and strategy vision, including its sales goals. So the channel should be in such a way that it will satisfy the company's strategy and also its vision, what is its actual target, what is its actual goal. That goal should be fulfilled with that channel. That type of channel should have to be selected by the business houses. Okay, some businesses will require the first channel, some businesses require second channel and some businesses require the third channel also. According to that they have to select the channel. The method of distribution should add value to the customer. So when you are distributing the goods to the consumer or the customer, the value should be there. Okay, what the customer is expecting from us, what type of goods he is expecting. So those type of things are also considered, because when you are producing a product and you are selling to the customers without maintaining any middlemen, then sometimes it will be very risky. Why? Because see, in order to know the consumer need, we need to maintain a personal interaction with the consumer that is needed, which we discussed in the previous sessions, right? So here the personal interaction is completely absent, so it is somewhat problematic. So that's why that is while choosing the channel, the businesses should have to be very careful. The company should consider how quickly it wants its products to reach the buyer. So the company should have to see how fastly they can reach to the buyer, or how fastly they can reach to the wholesaler or to the retailer or to the ultimate consumer, how fastly they can move. If for example, if we see here in the first channel, the producer is producing the alcohol, if he is moving to the consumer directly, then it will take a lot of time. Yes, then it will take a lot of time. So that type of time should not have to be taken. So in that case, it is necessary to divide the stages from producer to the wholesaler, wholesaler to retailer, retailer to the consumer. This type of division is required in certain types of businesses. Certain products are the best served by a direct distribution channel, such as meat or produce, while other may benefit from an indirect channel. So certain products have to be produced, okay, in order for direct distribution rather than indirect distribution. Certain products have to be prepared and distributed directly to the customer, because we know that in economics you have studied perishable goods. Yes, so the goods which don't have the capability to live for a long period of time, we can't able to store it, we can't able to transfer to the other hand, means to the intermediaries, in order to gain income. So at that time the producer only have to come to the customer and they have to sell that product. So this is all about the internal trade within the country. Whatever the business we do, about that we have discussed here. So in the next session we are going to discuss the 8th chapter, that is international trade. So we will discuss that chapter in the next session. Yes.